Remember the little things and stay grateful. I say this based on a personal story I want to share. I was sitting in my room, staying at a guest house, and I thought to myself, wow, it's really cold in here. Very, very cold, and it's so cold I'm uncomfortable, and I want it to be warmer. And I kind of let that go because I was like, well, I guess I'll have to throw a jacket on and grab a blanket because I don't have control of the heat at this guest house. And a little while later, I was sitting and thinking, and I came upon this realization about how silly I was in that moment, how silly we can be. Because I looked around me and I said, look at this. I have shelter tonight. I'm in a building that someone built with their own hands, someone crafted, and not just, you know, carpentry skills, but plumbing skills and electrical skills and the political skills involved in getting a house built with all the legal stuff. And someone roofed it, and it doesn't just have a roof, it has walls, and it doesn't just have a walls, it has floors, and it has windows that I can see out of. So I'm not just in an enclosed box of darkness, and it has lights, and there's all these things I have, and I was caught up on it not being warm enough. And really, it wasn't cold. I mean, it was like it was. It wasn't even chilly. It was just cool, and I was like, wow, it's so cool that I would like it to be warmer, right? But in the process of wishing it was warmer, I forgot that there was so much else to be grateful for. I had a roof over my head. I had a wonderful building that I was in. I had the hospitality that these people were showing me. I had a building that had plumbing. I had my own bathroom attached to my room, right? Not a shared bathroom. Um, I have electricity that someone with skills wired. I have lights. I do have heat. It's not as much heat as I want, but there's still heat. I have entertainment. I have comfort. I have all this. I'm not even just in a room with a tile floor. I'm in a room with different types of flooring. There's carpet and there's, to add to the texture and the beauty and the intelligence of the cleaning process. Half it's carpeted and the bathroom's tiled. Everybody knows you don't want to carpet a bathroom, right? Um, and I'm not in an empty room. I have a desk and a table and a comfortable chair and reading material and light. And I have all these things to be grateful for. And I'm caught up on the fact that it's cold. And it's not even too cold. It's just cold. It's just cold by my standard. And I thought, how silly. But how often do we do this? How often do we get caught up on one small thing, right? Oh, it's wet outside, right? It's not even pouring. It's just wet, and the wetness is something we don't like, right? But it could be worse. It could be pouring, it could be thundering, it could be snowing, right? So it always could be worse. We got caught up on something that really isn't intolerable at all, right? And so there I was, um, sitting there going, it's not even that cold. If I step inside, I notice the difference. Like, oh, it's warm in here, right? And then a couple minutes later, I adjust to the warmth and I go, it could be warmer, right? And I get caught up on the fact that it's kind of chilly. It's really not that warm, but it's warmer than it is outside. And like I said, I have all those other beautiful things. So be careful. Be careful. Tread lightly. Watch yourself like a hawk, as I shared in one of the other videos. Watch yourself like a hawk because we get caught up on these silly things, these absolutely ridiculous things, when really we have so much to be grateful for, right? And so that's why it helps, and I do this myself, I encourage you to do this, to make a practice of expressing gratitude, right? I do it every day. I do it when I don't know what to do. If I'm driving, I think, what should I do? I go, what's something I'm grateful for? Um, but especially if you're angry or you're experiencing a negative emotion or a negative experience, someone's doing something bad to you, find something to be grateful for, right? Because in these moments, what we do is we get caught up on little things that are trivial, that will pass, that really aren't as bad as we're perceiving them to be. It's all perception, right? my perception was that that room was cold. But really, it's warmer than it is outside, and it's warm enough that I could fall asleep in my clothes without blankets. So, was it chilly? Yes. But was it simply a matter of perspective? Like, was it so uncomfortable I couldn't live in the room? No. It's even worse outside. And even outside, it wasn't that bad. Like, I, I could have fallen asleep in my car if I needed to. Um, so, look around. There's always something to be grateful for. Express that gratitude. Remember, a lot of times we get caught up on those little negative things. Don't let that dominate your life. Don't let that become the focus. The focus, especially if you're not sure what to focus on, should always be on gratitude.